What's up, guys? Eric here, Driveline, world's okay steering wheel holder. I was hoping that the reefer would cut off, but I just got out and checked, and it's still got another 6 degrees to go before it cuts off. So those of you with a good bass in your systems listening to this, or good headphones, you're just gonna have to deal with the hum. Real quick, I wanted to follow up to a comment yesterday or last night in the video I made last night about the T-Mobile. Someone asked what it was called. It's just T-Mobile Home Internet. I actually have 2 of them. One of them is on a friend of mine's truck, and he just pays me for he just pays us the bill. But they're asking how much data I use. I'm not sure how much I use, but sometimes it's a lot because I'll download updates to the PS5 and to, Garmin. Like I have, so it can be a lot. Like I've used probably 400 or 500 gigabytes on occasion, especially when it actually was my home internet. And it is truly unlimited. So that's why now I have multiple devices that have hotspot, but they have like 50 gig limits. And man, that reefer is just going now. Sorry about that, guys. The home internet Wi-Fi device, which it's in the back right now, but it is truly unlimited, and it's $58 per month. So, and that's the total. That's with fees, taxes, everything. $58 per month per device. And Hopper, if you're watching this, comment down below and verify what I'm saying. It works. I mean, I get signal in probably 90% of the places that I am. Right now, I'm in the boonies. Let me see what. Yeah, I got 4 bars 5G right now in a rest area in the boonies. So, if you're in a city or somewhere with 5G UC, which is Ultra Connect or something like that, then it's lightning fast. But right now, let me do a speed test real quick, and I'll tell you. Let's see. Right now, look at this. This is right now. That's T-Mobile speed where I'm at right now in the boonies. 463 down and 80 up in a rest area in the woods. Now there is I passed a tower like 2 miles back. I don't know if that's T-Mobile's tower, but anyway, it's really good. So I can't say enough good things about it. Well worth it. Well worth it. So, and of course that's a business expense. So if you're not a company driver, that's going to be something that, is going to minimize your taxable income. So it's not like it's just extra, anyway. All right. So I want to talk real quick about DOT hours of service, because I got a few months ago, I can't remember where it was, but I got into a comment dispute in someone else's video. It's not someone I was subscribed to, but a non-driver talking about drivers bitching about hours of service and ELDs and all this. And this guy was just ranting, you drivers just need to stop with all the moaning and groaning. The DOT hours of service keep us passenger vehicles safe. And I wasn't trying to really dispute the general premise, but I was trying to dispute that, but I was definitely disputing this guy's perspective of what the DOT hours of service is. So he's basically claiming that the DOT hours of service ensures that all commercial motor vehicle drivers are rested and safe to drive without being tired. And, you know, my first comment was, well, how does this prove that drivers are not driving tired? How? So now this is not an argument for, or this video is not advocating for or against hours of service. I really honestly don't have any difficulty operating within the hours of service. Like, to me, it's just not a challenge. Sometimes I have to do some splits, which makes you have to use some creative thinking, and you have to be very creative on how and when you're going to get your rest. But I don't really have any, like, I'm fine with, to be totally honest with you, I'm fine with the way the hours of service currently operate. Especially since they brought in the 7-3 and 8-2 or 2-8-3-7 split. That really has made things a lot more manageable for me. So this is not a video where I'm like advocating for or against hours of service. But I do want to say to those of you who haven't dealt with hours of service, they in no way guarantee safety on the road. There is, from the Department of Transportation's perspective, the only evidence, and this I believe is from them, you could probably find this verbiage from them, similar verbiage, sleeper berth status, which means I sit here and I tap change my status from off duty to sleeper berth on my ELD, my electronic log device. That is the only evidence the Department of Transportation has that I'm getting sleep. That's it. Tap a button, change it to sleeper berth, tap save or change or whatever. That's the evidence the DOT has that I'm getting sleep. That in no way means that I have to be in the sleeper sleeping. All that means is that I'm in the sleeper, which means behind these two curtains. That's what that means. I could be back there cooking a meal. I could be watching TV, tossing and turning in bed, all that stuff. There's switching to sleeper berth does not in any way, shape, or form mean that I'm actually sleeping. But this guy was saying, well, you know, it's the only way to guarantee drivers are getting sleep. It does not guarantee the drivers are getting sleep. And in fact, the perfect example of this was last night. It's currently in the morning. So in my last video, I was talking about my frustration with that load and reefer freight and all that stuff. So I got good sleep yesterday. And then I get up at, I don't know, I want to say 1700, roughly about 1700. I woke up and had to drive to Joplin. So those of you who were guessing Joplin, you were correct. Oh my God, this driver is literally pissing on the parking lot right next to me. Pissing on the parking lot. There's bathrooms right there, dude. Pissing on the parking lot right there. Can you also, I'm showing you the mirror. Oh man, shame on the mess. I just have to, I'm gonna have to cut this out and make a short with this. Unbelievable. This bathroom literally 30 yards away. He's gonna go out there and piss in it, and I can see it flowing over towards my truck. This is why we can't have nice things, man. So, anyway, what was I saying? I can't believe that dude just jumped out of his truck and pissed on a parking lot right next to me while I'm making a video. Shame on the mess. So last night, so I had to drive to Joplin, 75 miles so I get good sleep, right? Drive to Joplin, 75 miles, go pick up that empty trailer. Here he is right here. Kops, K-O-P-P-S, hauling turkeys, looks like. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna out you, buddy. Just pulled in here and pissed on a parking lot and then left. He actually could have parked right in front of that other truck and gone into the restroom. But no, pull over and piss on a parking lot. So with all that 75-mile drive, picking up empty trailer, and then going for a washout, fuel, going to the customer, by the time I got parked, I did roughly 3 hours of work. And my load ended up being 8 hours past the drop dead time, so there's a lot of detention there. So I ended up being only an hour short of getting a full, fresh 14-hour on-duty clock, which would legally let me drive for 11 hours. But I slept 1 hour. Why did I only sleep 1 hour? Because I just had slept 7 hours, waking up 3 hours prior to parking. There's no way I could sleep 7 hours, pound a big ass coffee, go do 3 hours of work, and then lay down and sleep another 7 or 8 hours. Not gonna happen. Some people can do that, and consider yourself blessed if you can. I cannot. Just because my head hits the pillow does not mean I'm gonna sleep. So I cleaned up my truck, made a meal, went inside, screwed around a truck stop for a little while, watched some TV, did some paperwork, tossed and turned for a while. I slept 1 hour. But if I had been parked for only 1 more hour, then the DOT says I was safe enough and rested enough to drive for 11 hours, even though I'd only slept for 1 hour. Over the course of 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13 hours. Over the course of 12 or 13 hours, I slept 1 hour. But the DOT said that I was rested enough to work for 14. Drive for 11, work for 14. So that little bit of proof that I'm well rested and got 8 hours of sleep before driving 11 is absolute nonsense. There is no evidence whatsoever that can be logged or reported or anything that a truck driver is getting rest. The way that a truck driver gets rest is they just feel tired and go to sleep. Their logs has nothing to do with it. So, hate to say it to you, for those of you who are not truck drivers, but just because a truck driver has to pull over for 10 hours and log sleeper berth for 8 hours does not mean that that truck driver is getting any sleep at all. They may not get any sleep, but legally they can then turn around and drive for 11 hours straight. Well, you have to take a 30-minute break, but you get what I'm saying. So logs don't prove anything. ELD, hours of service, doesn't prove anything and doesn't ensure that a driver is any safer than if there were no logs. The only way for a driver to be safe is to get enough rest to be driving safely. Logs has nothing to do with it. Like, that's just... Now the reefer quits. 15 minutes into this video and now the reefer quits. So I'm done with the video and now it's going to get nice and quiet. I'm going to walk to the restroom and take a leak, make something to eat, and then get hopefully 7 or 8 hours of sleep, because now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to sleep. And probably cut that video out, make a short, or share that somewhere, or send it to Bonehead Truckers, because, dude, guys, don't piss on a parking lot. Come on, man. Especially when there's a bathroom like 20, 30 yards away. It's just, This is why we can't. This is why we're losing our ability to park in Walmarts and so many places, because of stuff like that. Crazy. Be safe. Make good decisions. Pee in the bathrooms. And as always, drive to thrive. Talk to y'all soon.